All right, class, for our next example, we're going to eliminate the symbol from P and not Q implies P. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this implication symbol. So I'm going to use the implication law. So that would give me not P and not Q or P using the implication law. That's number 10A, in case you were wondering. Next, I need to move this negative inside. That's going to be negative P or not Q or P. That's Demorgan's law. Demorgan's law. I got to get rid of this double negative, so we're going to use the double negation law. That's not P or Q or P. We're going to use the commutative law next to rearrange this. That's going to give me Q or not P or P. So that's my commutative law. Then I can use the associative law to rearrange this. So I've got Q or not P or P. Not P or P, that's equivalent to a tautology. That's one of the identity laws, I believe. That gives me Q or T. Well, Q or T from our logical equivalences, this double implies T. So our statement up here is logically equivalent to a tautology. I don't know if you heard that, but that's Bailey barking. My family's eating lunch. She doesn't like it when she doesn't get people food. All right, next example. I have P implies not Q implies R and P. So few things going on in this example. One, I want you to notice that for the first time we have 3 variables. And 2, we've got 2 implication symbols. So we're going to have to get rid of both of them. So let's start out by getting rid of our middle implication. So I've got not P implies not Q or R and P. Okay? So that's not P or Q. This is our implication law. And I like writing down what law I used because it helps me check my work. It also reminds me, like, what the heck did I do? Because sometimes I'll forget. Okay, next I want to get rid of this implication right here. So that's going to give me not P or not Q or R and P. That was the implication law again. I need to write smaller. Okay. Next, I got to deal with this, bring this negative inside, so I'm going to use Demorgan's law. So that gives me double negative P and double negative Q or R and P. Next, I need to use my double negative law to get rid of those double negatives. So I have P and Q or R and P. I'm going to use the commutative law to write P or R. I like having things in alphabetical order, so we're going to have the commutative law. The commutative law gives me P and Q or P and R. I can then use the distributive law to pull out this P. And that gives me P and Q or R. I cannot simplify this any further. So our first statement is logically equivalent to P and Q or R. The last example I want us to go over is not not P or Q implies R. And I wrote this a little wrong. I'm sorry. There should be the parenthesis here and not this parenthesis here. So let me rewrite this. I have not P implies Q implies R. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get rid of my arrow. So I'm going to have not, it's this one here, not. P implies R is the same as not P or Q. Implies R, that was our implication law. I have not, I'm going to use Demorgan's law here. Not P or not Q implies R. That was Demorgan's. And then I'm going to use double negative to get rid of that. So I've got not. And I want to simplify what's inside the parentheses first. That's why I haven't distributed this outside tilde. There's Bailey again. P and not Q implies R. And that was double negation. Next, I'm going to get rid of my second implication symbol. So I'm going to use the implication law. So that gives me not P and not Q or R. I've got to make that so you can actually see that that's an or R. The next thing I need to do is Demorgan's. I'm going to distribute this. So I've got not P or not Q. I'm going to use Demorgan's and double negative all at once so I can save some room. So I have not P or Q or R. That is Demorgan's. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this negative. So I've got not P or Q and, or not R. That's Demorgan's. Not R. That gives me double negative P. So I've got to use Demorgan's again. There's a lot of Demorgan's when you get all those negative symbols. So that gives me P or not Q or not R. And this is our final answer. So this is how we eliminate our implication symbol.